it's me, Bree McGee. Welcome to my little corner of the world, the cosy home of wholesomeness, and I hope your day is going swimmingly. During today's Breeze, we'll be discussing how does this work? So let's get started. Now, I will start this video off by saying I am no fan of the NHS. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that we can go and see doctors whenever there's an appointment available, and that we can go to the hospital if we're in an accident or we have an emergency, that kind of thing. And we don't have to pay at source for that. Obviously, we pay through our national insurance contributions and things like that, but on the whole, we don't pay as we go kind of thing. But I'm no fan of the NHS. I've been let down more times than I can even say through my experiences with them. But the last couple of years, I've had a yearly appointment for my asthma, which is called an asthma review. I've had asthma most of my life, and every year I've had a review for it. Now, up until a couple of years ago, or maybe 2 or 3 years ago, you'd go to the surgery, you'd see a nurse, and you'd speak with them, and you'd do something called a peak flow test, where you blow down a tube that shows them your level of what do you call it, exhaling breath or something, I don't know really. And then you'd give them a demonstration of how you use your inhalers, and they would ask you questions, and then they'd check if you're on the right inhalers and that sort of thing. But the past few years, this has been a telephone appointment. How are you supposed to show them the peak flow? You can't do that over the phone. How are you supposed to demonstrate how you use your inhalers? You can't do that over the phone. But all you can have is a conversation with some kind of medical person, and you don't really know who you're speaking to either. So how can that be an asthma review? I don't understand how that can be classed as a review at all, when you're just telling someone about your asthma, and then what do they tick a box until the year after? I don't know how it works even. They haven't even explained that to me, and why it transferred from an in-person appointment to a telephone appointment when it's something as serious as asthma, which of course can kill someone. Many people die from asthma attacks every year, and if it's not handled correctly, it can be very, very dangerous. So why is just a random telephone assessment appointment or review appointment acceptable? I don't know. And I've got mine coming up shortly, and so I don't know whether to ask them during that appointment why it's now on the telephone rather than in person. They don't know my peak flow, and they don't know if I'm taking it correctly. Maybe I'm taking my inhalers all wrong, and I have no idea about that, because I haven't seen anyone in person about my asthma for the past few years. I think, in fact, it was since the lockdown. It's since then that I've not had an in-person appointment. So it's more than 3 or 4 years, isn't it? However long it is, the past few have been on the telephone, and I just wonder what the point of it is. I feel like saying, you know what, don't bother. I will just oversee my asthma by myself. But I have to have these appointments because they have taken my inhalers off of my repeat prescription list until I have this review. So I can't order any more asthma inhalers until I've had this review. And which I find a bit odd. When what's the point? What's the point of a telephone appointment where they can't check anything, to then stop you having your inhalers until you've had the appointment that they're not checking the inhalers of? Oh, make it make sense, please. Somebody explain it to me, because I don't know. So I'm having to go through this pointless appointment just to get access to my medication again, and I just think that that's just all wrong. This is just my opinion. Maybe you've got a shining, wonderful opinion about the NHS, and if you have, I'm happy for you, I really am. But mine isn't. I've been let down so many times, I've just kind of given up now at this point. And if I didn't have to have this appointment, in order to get my medication, I wouldn't be having it at all, because it seems to me a whole load of pointless nonsense. So that's my opinion, and as you can tell, I'm a little bit irked by this, because it's been something I've suffered from for many, many, many years, and now all of a sudden it's just this random nothingness where you just have to get through this just to get your medication. But that's all that is. I just thought I would approach it in a video. Let me know what you think. Anyway, I best get going. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and from my corner of the world to yours, cheerio, and mind how you go.